Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Good morning, Big Purpose Mastermind. So happy to be here with you. So happy to have you on. By the way, if you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. Give me a shout out in the chat. Super excited to have you join me for Mel Robbins Week. This week, we are looking at Mel Robbins as a case study. And so let me just kind of back up and explain what this is all about. And actually, let me just open up my chat. So if you do add anything into the chat, I can respond to you there. So what this is Big Purpose Mastermind. Okay, this is for anyone who feels that they have a big purpose, they have a calling, a mission, a life's work to accomplish, and you're not sure exactly how to accomplish that, how to pull it off. Well, hopefully what we share today will help you out to kind of figure out what resources you can pull from that some of the masters of influence have done. And, some things will work for you and some things won't. You're going to find that some people have exceptional video quality and they have teams behind them, and some people don't. They just have themselves or their husband or something, and they put things together that are remarkable. So hopefully this helps you out to kind of figure out what you can do to move forward. Rolinda, hey, shout out to you. Thanks for hopping on live. Fun to see you here. And thanks for your comment yesterday. I know we had some technical glitches, and thanks for talking me through that, because honestly, I was a little bit embarrassed about that. But you know what? You do what you can do, and you just keep moving forward. And so if you missed yesterday's episode, yes, it had some technical glitches, but you'll also see kind of how I moved forward with it anyway. And we talked, anyway, we had a good discussion on Mel's origin story. We're actually going to talk a little bit about that today, because so yesterday we heard about her origin story and how she uses that to make a big difference. Today we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles. And the reason that I want to pull some of yesterday's material into today is because that's where she started out. She had huge obstacles that were stopping her. I mean, she was on the verge of bankruptcy and divorce. Those are some pretty big obstacles. Okay, so if she can overcome that to where she had her own TV show and has been doing remarkable things, maybe there are some things we could learn. So today we're talking about overcoming obstacles. Tomorrow we're going to talk about, we're going to see how she uses video to accomplish her big purpose. And we're going to talk about her innovative video strategies on Thursday. And then Friday, we're going to kind of wrap it all together and talk about the clarity she has about her audience. Really cool stuff here. And I'm excited to share some of the things that are kind of latest on her journey that you may not know about. And you know what? Maybe you don't even know who Mel is. So this is going to be a remarkable week. She's fantastic. She's amazing. There's things that she's doing absolutely right. Tomorrow, we're actually going to talk about some things that maybe she could do a little bit better, or at least that we could learn from observing her. I don't mean any criticism on any of this. It's not a critique of that, but there are some things that I noticed that's like, oh, hey, those are some things that you can take in that can help you out. So the quote of today is, when something bad happens, you can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or let it strengthen you. Okay, that's what Mel has done. So just really some remarkable things. So grateful to be able to share this with you. So first of all, let me just, let's see. I want to see. Oh, you know what? Before I go too far, I wanted to make sure that you have this. Okay, so I just talked about previous episodes of Mel Robbins Week and other weeks. If you just go to schoolofhumanity.tv, you'll be able to get back into the library. Meg Johnson has great stuff. Les Brown has great stuff. Last week was Marie Forleo Week. And now we're on Mel Robbins Week. So if you need to catch up on anything, you can find that there. Okay, so we're talking about overcoming obstacles, overcoming challenges. And Mel is fantastic at this. And one of the things that I just find remarkable about her is how she's shown up real and vulnerable and just as authentic as you can be. And it's really connected with people. Her story is that she had a show canceled by Fox. She was really down in the dumps, and her husband had this restaurant that was doing pretty well. And then, he thought, okay, I'll franchise it out, opened up like 2 or 3 more locations. They started tanking. He starts pouring more of their money into it. Their kids' college fund, the whole thing. They end up $800,000 in debt. and it's just crushing her. And she doesn't know how to move forward. She doesn't know what to do. And she is just kind of stuck. So with that as kind of a little backdrop to where she started out, what I'm going to play for you here is a video on her very first episode. So not only did she get out of that dump, but she started sharing her stuff. You know, as I mentioned yesterday, if you were to go back to those, she had kind of two origin stories. One is the one we're talking about right now. And the other is that she shared part of this on a TEDx stage. She shared the strategy that she used to propel herself forward. She called it, she calls it the 5-second rule, but it's this idea of making small decisions, micro decisions quickly. And that just kind of keeps you moving forward and gives you momentum. So anyway, she shared that on a TEDx stage, and that blew up. People loved her. They resonated with her because she was real and authentic. She actually got her own TV show. And this is from episode one where she shares her story. So with that, this is very well produced. Again, if you are looking at these examples as things that you can do, or if you're worried that maybe these are things that you can't afford and all this stuff, like, there are ways to accomplish what it is that you want to do. And again, if you go to the archives of schoolofhumanity.tv, you'll see different levels of production quality, and you just kind of step up to what you can do. And if you have an opportunity to have a film crew and to have a team, you could produce something like this. But it's all about storytelling. It's about connecting with your audience to where they look at you or listen to you and they go, yeah, she's felt my pain. She's been where I'm at right now. She can help me out. Because ultimately what you want to do, let me just add this graphic on, is you want to be a trusted source. If you can show up as the trusted source, somebody who has had that kind of experience to where you can help somebody get out to where they're at, then you can truly be able to connect with them and help them. So hopefully that helps you. And with that, let me play her story that she shares at the beginning of her very first episode of her show.
The recession hit and I found myself unemployed and I was on the brink of losing everything. My husband had a restaurant business and it was failing before our eyes. We had poured our life savings into this business. Our credit cards were maxed out. The home equity line was gone. We had liquidated the college funds. We were $800,000 in debt. It was absolutely terrifying. I felt.
Okay, now actually I want to stop right there. You know, it's really easy to tell these kinds of stories when you've made a success, when you've made it out on the other end and onto the other side, and you're like, look at me, I did it. What if you haven't quite made it? Can you still look at your story as a developing story? Can you still reach back and help the person behind you to have hope, to have courage? I don't know.
I felt so ashamed, and I also felt paralyzed. One night, I was about to turn off the TV, and all of a sudden, this rocket ship launched across the television screen.
Here's where she gets her idea. Okay.
In the background, the countdown to the launch, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I watched that shuttle lift off, and something clicked. I thought, oh my gosh, that's the answer to changing my life.
Right there.
Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, you're going to launch yourself out of bed now. You're going to move so fast that you're going to move before the anxiety, the self-doubt, and the fear creep in. That was the moment that changed my life.
Okay, that's the moment that changed her life. That's when she started to realize that if she starts using micro decisions, she counts down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then jumps forward and starts doing things, she can get over that overwhelm. She can go over, get through the doubt, the fear, the things that are holding her back. That's the secret that changed her life. Well, then she went and she took that idea and she shared it on a TED stage. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow, about how she presented this on TED and how that exploded her career into new ways that she didn't think was possible. But it started by being real. It started by being vulnerable. It started about telling this story of horrible things that happened to her that she didn't want to have happen, that then as she shares it with other people can help them get out out of this. In her live streams, and I was fortunate to be able to see her live when she came to Salt Lake City for a big conference. She hopped down into the audience there and was running around and talking to the people, and she shared how people use that 5-second rule. So you get the 5-second rule, right? Anytime you have an idea, an inspiration, a thought that you need to do, and you're a little afraid to do it, you just count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you do it. You jump into action, and that's going to start propelling you forward. And the more you move forward with your actions, the more you're going to have progress in getting you to where you want to go. So that's what she shared. What's amazing is she was able to share these things, and people loved it, and they resonated with her enough that they set up a Mel Robbins TV show. She had her own TV show. Look at this. I mean, she's got people on. She's got an amazing set. Look at that. Woo! I mean, that's just awesome stuff that she was able to accomplish. I will give you a little bit of spoiler alert. They canceled the show. She lost that, and she had to reinvent herself again. And that's remarkable as well. We're going to talk about that. I think that's on Thursday. Anyway, just really cool things that you find with Mel Robbins. Again, I look at her as a great example of a master of influence, somebody who has an idea. She has things in her heart. She has people to serve, and she wants to be in that service mindset, and she's doing it in remarkable ways. Okay, things that you can learn from her. Hopefully you glean some of those as we have talked today. If you have any comments, add them in the chat. Again, if you're live, you can do a hashtag live on that. If you are watching this as a rebroadcast, give me a hashtag replay in there. But share the thoughts that you have. Share the insights that you get out of this. As we do this mastermind, I want to pull you guys on in interviews so that you can also share your ideas as well. Still working out how that's all going to work out. But we've got some really cool things coming up for you. Now, real quick, I do want to tell you, if you missed any previous sessions, just go to schoolofhumanity.tv and you will be able to get those past sessions right here. And Big Purpose Mastermind, Meg Johnson's stuff is amazing. Les Brown, oh, that's really cool stuff. And Marie Forleo, really neat. And then now we're into Mel Robbins week. So schoolofhumanity.tv will get you into that. Hope that this has been super helpful for you. Yes, you have a purpose, you have a mission, you have a calling, you have a life's work to accomplish. Happy to help you out through Big Purpose Mastermind, through looking at the experts and seeing what you can do to also be a master of influence. With that, just go to schoolofhumanity.tv to get into the library, and we'll